TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We're not live, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. Right behind me, you see it? Warning screen. We won't need it, but who knows? Twitch.com is where you can catch a live stream. Usernames at the bottom of the screen. And we also got Patreon Monday through Sunday. Premier League highlights, UK TV shows, UK movies. Obviously, we can't put that stuff here, so we put it there. The link to everything is down in the description. This is top 20 awful American remakes of great British shows. Let me see if I watch some of these, and let me see, man.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners.
Let me see, buddy. If y'all can't tell, I just took a shower. I was doing videos and I just smelt myself and it was terrible. Because I was hooping, I was working out. And I came and I sat down. And I was like, whoa, is that my scrotum? I smell it. It's horrendous. But anywho.
Can you believe the US has tried this over 20 times and still not gotten the hint that it just doesn't work? Welcome to
It depends what shows he puts on. I gotta
Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 awful remakes of great British shows. Before we begin, we pick our best attempted videos. For this list, we're looking at all the times the US attempted and failed to replicate the glory.
Failed. Okay, but I'm here to tell you in America's eyes it wasn't a failure, and most Americans probably don't realize that it was a British remake, that y'all did it first. Let's start there, but anyway.
Of our top shows, while there have...
Shameless bet not be on here, because Shameless... Yes, the original content obviously is from the UK, but it's Americanized. It's American day-to-day. It's Southside day-to-day. It's not... It can't, like... Don't put Shameless on here.
Been some gems among the
We love Shameless.
Poop pile like The Office and Shameless. Let this be your... Some gems among the poop pile like The Office and Shameless.
Okay. Alright. As long as you don't put The Office or Shameless on here, because The Office was... I think the American version of The Office is better than the UK version. I genuinely do.
Let this be your firm promise that no one does it quite like the Brits.
Alright, as long as you don't disrespect those two, I'm cool.
Number 20, Red Dwarf.
He evolved from Catzer just as your distant ancestors once swung from trees.
Ancestors? His grandparents swung from trees.
One of the great...
I've never heard of Red Dwarf. I've never heard of it. Is it good? Is it worth watching? You think we can put it on YouTube, or is it a Patreon energy?
Sci-fi series ever produced, let alone comedy series. Red Dwarf is British TV at its finest. The story of four very different men drifting in space, coming across all sorts of alien threats, combined some unforgettable gags with some genuinely heartfelt moments. The American remakes botched that balance. The only returning cast member was Robert Llewellyn as Crichton.
Must have made a wrong turn somewhere. You should have made a left at the last intersection, Crichton.
The rest were recast as Americans, the worst of which being Lister, who was just some traditionally handsome Hollywood-type bloke. That's not the bloody point of Lister.
This cat is quite clearly pregnant.
He is? I thought it was all the beer I've been giving it.
Number 19, Ab Fab.
Honey, it hasn't come yet, and I'm jonesing like crazy for a cigarette.
Eddie, sweetie, no! You just had that laser peel around your lips.
You can always talk me down.
Right.
Yes, that...
See, this is another... If we've never seen it in America, it means it was terrible. Ab Fab, never heard of it.
That is an abbreviation of
Absolutely Fabulous.
Absolutely Fabulous, because apparently the original title just wasn't snappy enough. While the first attempt at this remake starred big names like Carrie Fisher and would have been produced by Roseanne Barr, that
She's a good actor. She's in some Marvel stuff.
ultimately never saw its first day in production. Then there was the second attempt, which we have had the misfortune of actually viewing.
Could you spare $1 for a sandwich?
Ooh, that's not how I roll.
Exactly. Really?
The remake actually had some pretty good actresses too in Kristen Johnston and Katherine Hahn, but they simply didn't have any chemistry whatsoever. Only 3 minutes of this episode have surfaced, and trust us, it's not worth it.
It's okay. They can keep it. If y'all, I believe y'all. In the last 2 shows that y'all showed, I believe y'all. Just off this little bit right here, you could tell like they are 3 separate people coming to work. They don't like no chemistry. You're
Find me
right.
one harmless little glass of wine after how hard I work.
Work? You hardly work at all anymore.
Number 18, Top Gear USA.
Yeah, I never even turned this on. I found Top Gear, you guys first. I'm good. It's too late. I don't even want to try it.
Tanner, do you see this?
We watched Top Gear on Patreon, and I'm not. I don't want to sully it. You know what I'm saying?
I can fit my entire head.
Okay, close your eyes. When we say Top Gear, what's the first thing that pops into your head? The trio of Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May,
Way,
right? Well, don't expect them here.
Voila! This is the life in here, Tanner.
Somehow, the show
No, what? No, I'm gonna tell you where the USA made a mistake at. They got 3 corny people. They have no aura. The British guys, they have aura. These dudes, they picked them up from Home Depot. Like,
actually lasted 6 whole seasons and was praised by the original trio, but in the end, it was viewer interest that couldn't be maintained, and the show was cancelled in 2016. You know you're doing something wrong when present-day Top Gear looks like top-tier television when compared to this.
Ow.
Number 17, Trigger Happy TV.
Hello!
Was this for a kick of nostalgia? Many will remember this short outdoor prank show for Dom Jolly screaming on a giant Nokia phone. Just hearing that old ringtone will give people flashbacks to this day. But the rest of the show was actually damn good too, with
I think
Jolly
I've seen
taking on
this.
a variety of roles to prank the public.
Thank you for being quiet. This is a library. It's supposed to be quiet.
Unfortunately, when it hit stateside, Jolly wasn't the only cast member taking to the streets. 3 American comedians performed their skits and just didn't hold the same spirit as Dom's, who even expressed himself that he disliked the series. Number 16, Free Agents.
never heard of that. Never. In America, we got our own stuff like Mad TV. It was a lot going on. Like,
Ink's not even dry on the divorce papers, and he is.
oh, everything that she's been in that's been Americanized has been failed.
Back on the horse.
Stop casting her.
Not the biggest show to come out of the UK, but definitely one that caught some attention. Free Agents was a black comedy that revolved around the mishaps at a talent agency. It was short and sweet, but not quite as short as its American counterpart. Free Agents USA changed the setting of the original and only had 1 returning cast member.
Chinese chicken salad. Is that a salad made with Chinese chicken? Or is that a chicken salad made in the Chinese style?
This was clearly a poor move, as the series only lasted on NBC for 4 episodes before being thrown onto the streaming service Hulu, where its last 4 would appear.
Things are a bit rough.
Number 15,
It looks stupid. I'm not entertained by any of these
Based.
so far.
What are you doing in here?
There was a bird.
If you hear the phrase American version of Spaced, you probably instantly convulse. But no one hated the idea quite as much as the man behind the series himself, Edgar Wright. Wright was apparently opposed to the project.
And a lot of UK humor, British humor, Americans won't get it. So if it's a comedy show trying to cross the American line, people are gonna look at it like, okay, like our humor is completely different from y'all humor. So if the jokes are the same, if the style jokes are the same, it's not gonna hit here.
The moment it was even suggested, but the production company went through with it without even telling him.
I'm thinking maybe like a unicorn, in a field of poppies and some sparkles.
She's got a lot of opinions.
What's worse, they actually still credited him and Simon Pegg as working on the series. At the end of the day, American characters reenacting scenes from American movies just didn't have the same humour as when down-and-out British characters do it, and the show never survived.
Bow. No.
You don't want this. You don't want. What if I take his little friend here and I just do that?
Number 14, men behaving badly.
However, can we in all fairness compare driving a car to making love to a woman?
Not only if you've never made love to a woman.
What kind of car?
While not the worst remake America has to offer, it was unfortunately unable to get over with the American audience. The
Grey's Anatomy, though. I like him as an actor.
original of this series starred British staples Martin Clunes and Harry Enfield, and was constantly...
Oh yeah, that's hard. That's hard to follow up. Harry Enfield was in it. That's always gonna be tough. He's a pioneer. So to come put like actors that are like not on that caliber or not on that category, it's like it's not gonna hit.
pushing the extent of political incorrectness on television. This was met with adoration from the British public, but when the Americans tried this in a similar vein, audiences were appalled.
I mean, you don't want some strange guy in your apartment poking through your underwear drawer.
The family-friendly nature of more popular shows wasn't present here, and with Rob...
What year was this?
Schneider, yep,
I didn't see
that
it.
Rob Schneider, taking the main role in the height of his fame, not even that could save the series from cancellation. Number 13, Us and Them.
2008,
Louise,
okay.
I can't believe we're finally gonna meet in person.
Oh, whoa. I know they're not trying Gavin and Stacey.
You might see this title and think, what the bloody hell is Us and Them?
I could tell right off the phone conversation.
Well, sadly, this was what happened when the US tried to adapt the comfy tale of every folk, Gavin and Stacey.
How dare we? How dare we do this to Gavin and Stacey? I want to close my eyes. I don't even want to see this.
But you can't exactly recreate a love story between a couple from Wales and England respectively, so they just ditched that entire part.
There she is. Alright, I guess inbreeding does work out sometimes.
Funnily enough, the two main characters still kept the names of Gavin and Stacey, which really begs the question as to why the hell they went with this bland-ass title in the first place if they were just leeching off the success of their British counterparts. Who knows?
Yeah, is it good?
Oh, no. Actually, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my mouth.
Number 12, Cracker. Okay, so you've gotten the idea so far.
I have no idea what that is.
The British comedy just doesn't translate well into the American formats. But what about some hard knocks drama? Well, that's hardly better too, sadly.
I was nothing to you, but now you know me. Now I'm inside you.
The tale of a Glaswegian criminal psychologist solving crimes in Manchester was stripped of its setting and lead, turning it into pretty much your standard American crime drama fare that you could find on any other channel.
Let's start telling the truth. You will not find the answer in any of these. Freud, William James, Jung.
This one is proof that you just can't replicate the badass that is Robbie Coltrane. Number 11, Peep Show.
They tried Peep Show too?
When you think of cringe-based British comedies,
it's not gonna hit the same in America. What was 2005? Oh, early 2000s is not hitting. And you need those specific actors because it was the actors who made it. It wasn't the plot. It wasn't the writing. It wasn't none of that. It was the actors who made it funny.
Chances are your mind immediately jumps to David Mitchell and Robert Webb's classic series, Peep Show. But sadly, when Americans got their hands on it, it became an entirely different kind of cringe. The bad kind. This pilot episode, which was produced by 20th Century Fox, is downright painful to watch and proves that whoever wrote it...
I don't even want to see... Like, Peep Show, I love Peep Show. I love Gavin and Stacy. And it pisses me off that we attempted it. Because I know the type of comedy that is involved in those two shows. Americans are not going to jock it and it's going to make it look bad. But in all actuality, those are two great shows. But you have to watch it with an open mind and with the original versions.
Never truly grasped the concept of what Peep Show was all about. Thank God Superhands got out unscathed. Number 10, Life on Mars.
Never heard this one.
No way. Initially, Life on Mars looked to be making a name for itself on American shores. It was a respectable nod to the BBC classic, remade with energy and passion, and featured great acting, production values, and music. And then, that ending happened. Seriously, what on Mars was that about? Whereas the original had the amazing and bittersweet ending of Sam killing himself to return to 1973, this one featured Sam and the group as astronauts on the first manned mission to Mars, and the 1973 scenes were just a simulation. It was absolutely insulting and tarnished the name of the fantastic original.
St. Christopher medals seemed to work, huh? I guess they did.
America always trying to do something that's unnecessary. You could have just kept the same flow. Why do you have to do astronauts? Why? Because America went to the moon? Like, no one cares. Just follow suit or don't do it at all.
Number 9. Oh no, not them.
Never heard it.
That atrocious title is really all you need to know about this abomination. This series was set to be a remake of The Young Ones, a classic 80s sitcom that was renowned for its subversive humor. 6 years after its end,
it's humor.
Attempted to...
It has humor. It's not gonna go.
Americanize it with terrible results.
Ow! You mean the one with the enormous tits?
Nigel Planner, one of the original actors, was set to star in the remake, but he had an awful time in America and didn't get along well with his co-stars, which made for a troubling production.
Oh no!
The pilot was apparently awful enough that Fox scrapped the series before it could air, leaving the
Thank God. This looks bad.
Unseen episode a thing of legend.
This looks bad.
Number 8, Cold Feet.
They make some very underrated wines, the Bulgarians. This isn't one of them.
A comedy drama detailing the ebbs and flows of love, Cold Feet was a huge success for ITV, lasting 6 years and garnering huge
Cold Feet, this look decent.
Amounts of critical praise. Then there's the American remake. A show apparently so forgettable, its existence seems to have been wiped from the internet. I
don't think it's a real,
US version follows the same principle as the original, only in Seattle. It was apparently watchable, not that we can prove this due to the lack of media, but even so, it failed spectacularly to obtain and hold viewers. Granted, it aired...
There's a lot of shows that was coming on at this time, though. Like, this time in history, like...
Fridays at 10 p.m.
This don't seem like
But one episode gave NBC its worst Friday night ratings ever, so Cold Feet was quickly binned after only 4 episodes had transmitted.
Shit.
Number 7, Viva Laughlin.
Oh, party.
You can't make it.
Yes, I can.
Viva Laughlin was an ambitious but ultimately failed remake of Blackpool, the popular musical comedy drama mashup about a murder in an arcade. With a strong
I've never seen this.
Foundational story, and behind the
show set, a British show set up. Wow, that's a tongue twister. A British show set in Blackpool. which is a seashore town with a lot of arcades, obviously. A murder.
Scenes players like the original's creator, Peter Bowker, and executive producer Hugh Jackman, Viva Laughlin should have been decent, but it wasn't even good enough to be bad. Upon release, the show was absolutely ridiculed, with the New York Times calling it the worst show in the history of television.
Damn, yeah, at that point, y'all better leave British TV alone. If y'all gonna do British TV, y'all need to pull British producers, British the whole cast. Just that, like, anybody in the behind the scenes sector, they need to be doing it. Actors can be American if you're gonna remake it. The theme could be American, but you need British everything else.
Harsh, yet warranted. It was therefore cancelled after 2 episodes due to abysmal ratings. Also harsh, yet also warranted.
She's smoking, bro. I am so gonna tap that.
Number 6.
She's smoking, bro. What is this? This the hotel show? What is that show called? We was watching that on we was watching it on Patreon for a while.
6. Pain.
All right, look, I need you to run upstairs.
Rule 1 of adapting
Faulty
British
Towers.
shows. Do not, and we mean do not, touch Faulty Towers. Unfortunately, no one was
Faulty Towers is pretty funny.
there to enforce this rule in 1999, so CBS went and touched Faulty Towers inappropriately and made it into Pain.
The 3 shows that I have seen so far, y'all should, I'm gonna be honest, Gavin and Stacey is really rubbing me the wrong way. Y'all shouldn't have touched it, and I might write a letter to Congress. This is really pissing me off still.
The same basic premise as the John Cleese classic, it made 2 notable changes, those being a shift in location from Devon to California and a notable absence of jokes. While it was endorsed by Cleese himself, he was in the minority, which meant the show was canned after 8 episodes, leading 1 filmed episode to remain untransmitted.
Get over it.
Number 5, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, really?
Before the 2005 revival that brought Doctor Who back to the public's consciousness and hearts, there was this made-for-TV movie, which was supposed to be hugely successful and launch an American version of the show. It wasn't, and it didn't. Broadcast on Fox, this movie served as a continuation of the story, with the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, passing the baton to Paul McGann. Although it was well received in the UK, it was a ratings disappointment in America, and the hopes of a new American version of Doctor Who were quickly squashed.
I have wasted all my life.
I don't even know what's going on right now in the show.
Because
I'm trying to catch the vibes of it, but
Doctor, and I will be rid of you.
Number 4, Coupling.
I'll be about to leave. I'll be thinking, I'm finally out. She'll lean over, look me in the eye, and say, I'm not wearing panties.
Coming from eventual Doctor Who and Sherlock showrunner Stephen Moffat, the UK version of Coupling was a brilliant comedy that centered around a group of mates and was respectably
like Friends
compared to both Seinfeld and Friends.
See? Ha! I knew it. But here's the thing, I've never seen an episode of Friends, and I've barely seen an episode of Seinfeld. Like, Seinfeld was just always on. So you could be sitting there doing something else and it was just on.
Meant to serve as
it was on, or a rewind run of it was on.
The replacement for the latter, NBC commissioned 13 episodes of an American remake, but some awful acting and constant network interference caused this version to be embarrassingly inferior to the original, and it was instantly labelled a massive creative failure. It was quickly cancelled after 4 episodes went out, and the rest
4 episodes is rough.
Have been presumably taken out back and muffled with a pillow.
When I invited you to dinner, I meant dinner. Just dinner.
Well, I wasn't expecting an elaborate spread.
That's funny. No, that's funny. Because that's exactly what I'm expecting if I take you to dinner. Like that, like literally in my younger days. Have I ever even taken a girl to dinner? I don't think I ever had to. Not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I don't think I...
Number 3, the IT crowd.
We go in there, I make up a load of crap about computers. We see...
I thought this was the IT crowd.
If she picks up on it. Go on.
Similar to the Big Bang Theory, only arguably actually funny, the IT crowd is a shining beacon in nerd culture and follows a pair of nerds in a fictional company's IT department. Due to its success in the UK, NBC ordered an American remake, but like most of their remake attempts, it was a spectacular failure. A pilot was filmed and numerous scripts were written, with Richard Ayoade returning as Moss and Joel McHale portraying Roy. However, even NBC knew that they had a dud on their hands after watching the pilot and promptly ordered the series cancelled before it even began.
I mean, they have no respect for us up there. No respect whatsoever.
Number 2, the In-Betweeners.
For those of you who are watching me on YouTube and expecting season 2 to come, I've actually shot season 2, the reaction to it. YouTube's not letting me post it. Not YouTube, but the copyright owners won't let... It's okay, I get it. But I'm going to try season 2, episode 2. But how dare we? This is my all-time favorite show from the Brits ever. This is it.
The In-Betweeners was...
This and Peaky Blinders, there's nothing
Insta classic
better
that perfectly captured the feelings of adolescence, with eerily real...
This a grown man. Who is he supposed to be?
Realistic dialogue throughout. The remake, meanwhile, was made for MTV. That tells you all you need to know. It was typical teenage fare, despite a talented writer and showrunner in Brad Copeland of Arrested Development fame. It was quickly panned for being cliché, nothing at all like the original, and for just generally being awful. MTV ultimately cancelled the series after 12 episodes due to its low ratings.
Good riddance. I don't even understand why they would even bring this to the forefront. Somebody in Britain should have, y'all should have stopped this. Stop letting it happen.
In 2012.
I would have helped.
Can we vote?
But I don't think it would have gotten a laugh.
Number 1, Skins.
Wait, there's a Skins American? I'm on we're about to start season 7 this week, tomorrow. Or season 8, one of the two. We're about to start season 7 or season 8 tomorrow of Skins. I like Skins too. People said I thought I wouldn't like it. Like Skins is top tier. It's interesting.
Do it now, Stanley.
Who is that supposed to be? Is this supposed to be Effie and Cook right now? Or Cassie?
Like In-Betweeners, only much darker, more depressing, and not as funny. Skins was a huge success.
Skins is pretty depressing, not gonna lie, but it's not. It's still got a lot of humor sprinkled in, so it's like...
In part due to its challenging subject matter, like mental illness in teens and drug abuse. And here comes MTV moseying its way in again.
Oh, it's an MTV thing, okay.
The show wasn't completely unwatchable, it was much tamer in comparison to its UK counterparts, and as a result, was not nearly as powerful.
Yeah, there's a toaster pastry in the CD drawer.
Take it out, clean it.
It also quickly drew controversy due to its questionable sexual content involving underage teenage actors, leaving many advertisers to pull their support for the show.
Okay, well, there's America pushing the envelope because the industry is ran by weirdos in Hollywood, so...
which, with the mediocre critical response, led to the series being cancelled after one season. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this.
Alright, well, the shows that I have watched, like 4 of them out of the 20, 5 of them out of the 20, I'm disappointed in America. Like, I already know they botched them. So I'm pretty sure the other ones are trash as well. Leave a like, comment.